The class of 2025 will always be associated with the global pandemic, but it holds a special place in my heart as it's as talented as any class we've recruited in the past. Academically, they're talented. They are truly friars. Their leadership is outstanding. Their commitment to service and the quality of person that we have attracted this year in this very challenging environment is something truly to be proud of. It's 48% male, 52% female. They come from 31 states and 11 different countries. Their average GPA is a 3.47 unweighted. We have the most Rhode Island students in the last 25 years, and 44 students will be commuting in the class of 2025. Truly one of the most challenging recruitment cycles of my career. This is my 36th year in college admission, and I don't think any of my colleagues have ever experienced anything like what we experienced in the past 18 months. We had to transform, change everything about recruitment and connecting with students. From how we met students, where we met with students, transitioning from anything that was in person to everything being virtually was truly something that was very challenging, but at the same time rewarding because we were successful. We were very successful in connecting with students. I want to say that, in March, April, and May of this past year, our staff was working 7 days a week to meet students at times that were convenient for them. And that was important. We were also meeting with parents and high school guidance counselors who needed support in guiding their students through this very challenging college search process. The challenges for students and parents haven't changed. Access and affordability are still at the top of the list. Then you add on the top of that they couldn't physically go to a college campus and see what they were actually going to be responsible for paying was an additional challenge. But affordability is still one of the primary challenges that families face. And we continue to work very hard to make Providence College as affordable and as accessible as we possibly can. It was probably one of the biggest challenges that we faced when it came to meeting students who needed our support the most, because many first-generation students and non-white students don't have the same support that other students have. So reaching out to high school counselors and making the connection with those counselors to try to support those students in meeting with them when it was convenient for them to meet after school, not during school hours, offering night and weekend programs, speaking to them not only via Zoom, but also just over the telephone if that's where we needed to meet them. Again, it was a very challenging cycle in that the access to campus only happened on a very limited basis in February, March, and April. I absolutely expect them to be different. I'm really looking forward to us getting back to as close to normal as we possibly can. We're predicting somewhere between 65 and 80% of our domestic high schools will welcome us back. And so we expect to be on the road domestically recruiting students again and allowing students to visit us here on campus, which we are already welcoming families as of this past Monday. We will not be traveling internationally. That is one thing, that there are too many obstacles in traveling internationally. Every country has different requirements for quarantine. Every country has, different limitations on access within that country. And then going from country to country becomes very, very challenging. And travel becomes very, very challenging overall. We expended upwards of $16 million in support of all students at Providence College this year. Tremendous additional resources were received through the CARES Act, which supported our current students while they were here during the pandemic. And we are truly appreciative of all the resources and all of the support that the admission office received during this very challenging time to make Providence College as accessible as we possibly could.